Hello everybody, I'll let everybody log on here. Major developments today. I'm still going to do my live tomorrow at 1 p.m. But got my girls here. I'm in Edmonton. We're about to hit Candy Cane Lane. And of course, it is extremely busy this year. Heard all about it from a lot of friends. And don't matter none much to me because me and my daughters are going to do it anyway. But I want to give this talk. You see people are starting to come on. They'll start telling me, this is huge, you guys. And it's really, really important to know. I would never give Jason Kenney or UCP any credit unless they deserved it. And I have to give this one to Kenney today. Okay, and I'm the first to slam him if he's done wrong by Albertans. But major news, two things, was Donald Trump. He signed the relief bill, COVID relief bill, the 600 to Americans, but guess what, 2,000 to non-Americans. It's insane. If I was an American, I would be outraged. Trump signed it. I don't know why, but he did. He's been doing a lot of things as of the end of his presidency here that I think a lot of people can't appreciate. They still think he's going to be president post January 20th. That's not correct. And I think we're all starting to see his change of judgments as of recently, and a lot of things he's signing, including pardons, who he's pardoned. There's a lot of things we're never going to know behind the scenes and why Trump has to do what he does, but he is president of the United States. He's in a transition period. And I think all those presidents that had that sit down with Trump when he took presidency filled him in on all the things that us Joe Jane public will never know. I'm going to watch here, sorry. But I want to get into Jason Kenney now. So yeah, Trump signed the bill. It's very global socialist, screams a reset. You look at that 5,000 page report. It's insane, everybody, but Trump did it, which is completely back on his word, just as a bunch of things he's been doing in the last 2 weeks. But we're never going to know the inside. But Jason Kenney now, this is huge, huge. He's getting run down, criticized. Why did Jason Kenney only take 10% of the COVID relief money for the frontline primary sector workers? Well, I'm going to give you an easy answer for that, everybody. Had Jason Kenney took the full 100%, bolstered our health care to unbelievable amounts, of course our high wages, employing all these extra workers, guess what that would have done? That would have gone directly on our equalization formula, which we already got really hijacked anyway. Federal government already hijacked us huge on that. For any of you not following, we got literally hundreds of millions of dollars. No billions that we should get. We're literally a few hundred million eligible. And had we taken 100% COVID relief money, I can tell you this, we would be paying. We already are anyway. Jason Kenney, the Federalist, hasn't nearly explained to you all nearly enough what officially has happened this year. The federal government borrowed $53 billion, not the 41 that I go through in what was presented in 2019 on 2018 numbers. I'm telling you, in 2019, 2020 numbers, we were borrowed $53 billion federally against Alberta to go out to the rest of Canada. Very little of it came back, very little at all. Our normal transfers we get anyway from our income tax collected federally. On the federal side, we got our usual health transfers, nothing extreme there. It's pretty pathetic. I'm going to have more of an official report for all of you, but I stay ahead of this. I'm pretty good on the government sites. But honestly, had Jason Kenney taken the 100%, all it would have meant was we would have been paying more in equalization, and that would have been rolled out next year, and it would have been really hard to get rid of those employees after the fact. I'm not against public sector, everybody. For those watching, I'm not against teachers, doctors, nurses, frontline staff, I say ambulance driver, that's not the term. I know it's paramedic. The other day I couldn't bring it to mind as I was doing my live last week. It didn't come. But all of it, firefighters, police, you're all important. The issue here is we've cut Alberta so badly in the primary sector that we now have to borrow because Ottawa takes such a great amount. And had Jason Kenney taken that extra 90%, it would have meant billions of more to be transferred from Alberta to the rest of Canada. Increasing our budget, it would have been beyond the 25 billion. And I'll give Jason Kenney that. He has reduced the budget in this one area. I'm going to give him credit, this only thing, because he still does a lot of terrible things on a narrative that you're not shown, as Notley did too. She has half a narrative that's absolutely all about an agenda that doesn't include the people of Alberta. I can promise you all that. But today, officially, when we get it, Jason Kenney, and I gotta keep it down, please, there, even though we're really kind of standstill, but I don't want to get nailed. I'm not driving, everybody. It's kind of just slowly because we're going into Candy Cane Lane. Like, I'm driving, but I'm on a major thoroughfare. We're going nowhere fast for Candy Cane Lane, but I don't know if I'll get in shit just being here with the phone in my hand. But realistically here, Jason Kenney did the right thing. And I have to say that. One of many things he should have done right, he hasn't done. But this thing, he did right. He did well by Albertans. Is it enough? No. And unfortunately, a leader has to look at the Ralph Klein era of cuts where we need a major cut to that sector if we're not going to increase revenues, which Jason Kenney absolutely cut our revenue side. He's cut it. It's going to be about $8 billion off our revenue side. That hasn't translated into any major investments, hasn't translated into major new jobs, none of it. And it's not going to, because the system's rigged against us. That's just reality, and I'm going to get into that more in the coming weeks as we go into the new year. But on this one file, Jason Kenney did right in his UCP, and that's my take. That's the honest truth. And if anybody's familiar with the equalization formula, you would know that that would have been accounted for revenue. These big wages, this public sector that we're borrowing. It just means borrowing. Whether we got it from Ottawa, that they borrowed against Alberta, that would allow them to take more from us, even though they've already borrowed a ton, $12 billion more than they took from us 2 years ago. That's how bad it is, everybody. And Jason Kenney taking on record deficits twice the size of Rachel Notley. This was one good move. But like I said, it's only half the story. The public sector is not the only way to fix this. It can't be. The other half is to increase the revenue. And sorry, that means the big multinationals, which both Jason Kenney and Rachel Notley do not want to touch. They're in bed with that agenda. Whether it's globalist or whether it's socialist does not matter, because you'll find a lot of these globalists, including countries, are absolutely socialist. My last video, I upset some pretty wealthy Albertans. I figure, okay, there's three of the most wealthiest Albertans, everybody, that follow me. I don't make a big deal about it. It's not really a big deal. We're all Albertans. My last video on billionaires and multi-millionaires, it's got nothing to do with most homegrown Albertans, okay? That's not what that video was. So just, it wasn't so much people commenting so much as what it kind of got messaged, and also one of the angry faces on a video. And, wealthy Albertans are homegrown here. There's three of you that follow me. Two of you know me very well, and I'm no wealthy guy, and I've been mentored by two of you in my life, and I've enjoyed watching you grow. One of which passed away now. I shouldn't say that. I guess his son has kind of taken the reins, but I have no problem with decent human beings, whether they've amassed a fortune or not. If they treat people good, they're good on a handshake. If they care about their workforce, they care about the community. Of course, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about those who've amassed a fortune on literally taking down countries, exploiting people for a living, and treating them like animals. People who like total authoritarian dictatorships. That's not a whole bunch of Alberta entrepreneurs. And like I said, for all my followers, I have 3 of the most wealthiest Albertans, wealthiest, that follow me. That's a fact. There's quite a few actually in Alberta, but they're hurting too now these days, and a lot of their industries are under siege too, and that's what that video was about, was educational. So whether you're wealthy, whether you're in poverty, or you're a middle class Albertan, it's about all of you. That's what it really is. The things I do, and I know a lot of people don't get me right all the time, and that's okay. It's about education, and that's all I try to do. And I don't want people getting all in a kerfluffle over some things I say, because maybe they just don't understand. And I'm not, there's brilliant, bright people who are excellent in their fields. They're very successful, and that's great. If you look at my platform when I was with AIP and running it, it was clear it was for all Albertans. I haven't changed anything, but I am going to grow. I am going to get this education, and I am going to work with World Academia. And I care about all Albertans, whether you're extremely wealthy or you're extremely in poverty. I care about everybody the same. And just so everybody knows, billionaires, millionaires, or entrepreneurs, even if I want all of you, even if I did, and I made a platform exclusively for you guys, there's no way I could ever win an election for any party. That's reality. There's no way to go with that kind of narrative and ever hope to win anything. Now, I know politicians take payouts from groups, lots of globalist groups, which don't include any of you, and I know a lot of you have been left behind, but that post I made, that last video, I hope you all find the detail in there and see it the way it's supposed to be seen and take it for what it really is. And anyways, you're going to see more and more. Nothing of my post had anything really to do with Albertans. That's a fact. Because I promise entrepreneurs, I'm taking the time to learn. And you know what? I know that it's a one-way door. If you're a registered Alberta business, it's a one-way door for you. You don't get to go out, even just in Canada, like every other entrepreneur registered outside Alberta gets to come in here. It's ridiculous. It's no way to run a country. It's broken, and I get that. But I have to go on global narratives that are going to change some of the things I say, because for me, it's macroeconomics. You're my microeconomics. And I guess I should be more specific about how I address things. But anyways, everybody, that's the tale of the tape today. Trump did a bad number on Americans in general, and maybe it's because he knows he's got to get it out for all those Americans. Maybe Republicans put the gears to him, hey, get this passed so our party's not hated. Maybe it's for the Senate seats that got to be won in January. I don't know, but he went with the Joe Biden narrative, and it's really globalist socialist. 5,000 pages of massive wealth transfer, not really for the average American. They get $600. You convert it over, it's about $1,100, not a $2,000 that Canadians get. And all non-Americans or illegals get $2,000. There's a whole massive slew of payouts for all kinds of multinationals, other companies. It's sick. I gotta make a turn here. Gotta let y'all go here. It's a major runway. Okay, thanks. Bye, everybody.